Nakuja, Ladies Guide, your emotional wellness guide, live every Friday at 5 p.m. East African time, teaching you those things that money can't buy, but which make life worth living, the emotions. Tubeera buli lwakutaano era abatweyungako tubateerayo vidiyo zino okubakulaakulanya okubajjukiza ebyo mumanyi already mwetaaga okumanya nga most of the time mubibyusa amaaso you overlook them Oluganda. So Ladies Guide is a project that empowers you emotionally, mentally, to enjoy a fulfilling kind of life. Obulamu nga obwongo buli wamu, omutima nga buli wamu, osobola okugenda okole ebyo ebikwongerako oba ebikukulaakulanya. So nziramu okubajjukiza life has 5 dimensions of management. Obulamu babumanaginga nga bamanaginga ssente, nga bamanaginga business. Temwagala kugamba nti you just live life the way it comes. Life is managed just like anything else. It has 5 dimensions. If you don't manage those 5 dimensions, it gets very difficult for you to succeed or to enjoy a fulfilling life. The first dimension is the physical dimension, which is the physical body, omubiri gwo. The second dimension is your mental or emotional dimension. The next dimension is the financial dimension. Enfuna ya sente zifuluma zitya, ziyingira zitya, zirina obulamu zissa zifa ate zigula. Okay? Ekyo kiina kyo expert wakyo. Tulina social dimension, enkolagana yo n'abantu abakwetoolodde, environment, ebikwetoolodde byonna. That's part of your environment, and that is the social dimension. Then the spiritual dimension, enkolagana yo n'omwoyo gwo, enkolagana yo ne Katonda eyakutonda. That's the social dimension. So if you manage those 5 dimensions, it gets easier for you in life. Okugamba nti I've lived a happy and fulfilling life. Those who don't manage those dimensions, nabeera one, nga finances ali bulungi, naye nga health wise ali bubi. Nga health ali bulungi, naye nga finances ali bubi. You don't enjoy a balanced life. So our dimension is emotional and mental dimension. That is as the Ladies Guide channel. And the social dimension, enkolagana yo n'abantu abakwetoolodde. N'ebikwetoolodde byemba mbasomesaako, byensomesaako buli lwakutaano nga mbibajjukiza kubanga olidde mumanyi just mubibuusa so you don't give it attention. So proof research, one of our partners, Professor Nyanzi Julius, akola ku byabulamu dimension ye ya physical as well as emotional. Nti atereeza ennewulira y'omubiri gwo ate n'otereera emotionally kubanga a healthy body is a healthy mind, and a healthy mind is a healthy emotion, and the healthy emotion is a healthy, love life. So that is where we connect most of the time. So bane ebintu by'oyinza okunywa, okukozesa, okwesiiga, okuwunyiriza to improve your wellness. Nabagamba mbeera n'akatambaala kano bwe mba mpulira nga nkooye nenkola bwenti ng'omanya kati awo ndi ku physical dimension ng'omanya nkooye, I want to renew my mind. So Professor by research ayina ebintu ebyenjawulo nzize mbalagako. Twabalaga rosemary oil, twabalaga lavender oil, twabalaga peppermint oil, twabalaga cinnamon oil. So none of oils, they are easy to use. Just drop them in a cup of tea, drink, and for it works the magic in the body. Twabalaga sweet orange oil, ne tubasomesa weekend ewedde twayogera ku ginger oil ne granium oil ne byezikola. Era bwe missing, you can go back in my previous sessions. I explained very well how these products work on your physical body. So today we look at castor oil briefly. Castor oil still packing whenever what castor oil. Kati gwe oba omwetaaga ng'omanyi nti byonna bye ngenda okulira bikwatako n'abagambye zino oil zonna zi important to your body. Gwagamba nti nja kuteekamu kino, nja kukoma wano, nja kukozesa kino, nja kukoma wano. Naye nze nga nze buli kimu nkikozesa according to what I want out of it, pertaining my physical dimension of the body. So castor oil, there's no benefits za castor oil. It improves your hair and skin health. Abakyala enviri nga ngumu mpanvu, and skin eyokubanga improved. It improves your immunity of the body okubanga tolwala nabagamba nti omuntu alwala nyuma niba mulimu mbozi ng'oli akolola owulya ng'ogamba abawodde anyizaanyiza. That's not a good way of living. A person who is healthy nyuma okubanga alyani olw'ensonga nti aba kwegamba kulwaza. You don't get worried about your health, and they're not even negative. When the body is sick, it is sick. Bw'olaba ng'omubiri gutanze okuwala gwa kugamba immune eri wansi, either in negative state of mind, but the body is naturally has to heal itself. But if the body gets sick, it gets really out of alignment. So immunity, castor oil as well, stinger. Women who have stretch marks, you can use the oil in the stretch marks. Cracked feet, abaina enchacha. How do they call enchacha in English? Yes, cracked feet. Going in enchacha kubigere, you can use the castor oil. Fungal infection, colon cleansing, female tube cleansing. This is researched, proved. They research, they prove, they manufacture. So it's a weight loss aid. So to make a weight loss program. So it's a natural woman. It helps on eye health. Pure white. This is not filter. What is filter? Because I only have one pair. You can't replace another pair. Okay, so you better take castor oil to improve on your eye health. And lastly, it is a sky remedy. Proof by research basangibwawa Equatorial Mall Kampala Road, ekipande kinene nnyo Professor Bayo Lwamukiraba research genda weyo Mariam Naguja or the ladies guide bajja kuwa 10% discount on each and every product you buy. Ozesa linnya lyange password kubanga kiba kitegeeza oli student wange osoma wano teri amanyi ekyo mu abali mu abakitegedde oba olina kyogera ku lashia bata bizigo biki balina products nyingi tujazibanjulira natandikire ku oils. But anything you want to buy from there, use Mariam Naguja or the ladies guide as your passcode and you get a price cut. Professor by research agamba where there is no professor there is no research. Yeah, I call it to be a researching ate na producing. There is a lot of money in that industry. N'abaagala okuyiga mukola mutya ebizigo mukola mutya biki omwami abisomesa bannange mugendeeyo mumulabe just osasula akasente katono bwe kati mu consultation n'akubulya kyoyagala ne bateeka mu kusoma ne musomesebwa tewakyalika ababwavu bannange. Omukyala ng'oli otudde wakatogola ogamba emirimu gyabula sente zaabula babasomesa okukola sabbuuni babasomesa okukola obuzigo ne babasomesa tosobola gula bizigo nga mudda ku Facebook neki ne WhatsApp muvuma bannammwe ku status. Genda oyige ebintu by'emikono mwe muli obugagga. Omuntu ayize ebintu by'emikono tasobola kwavuwala. So Professor by research alina products ezo zonna aziproducing ate n'azibasomesa engeri muzikolamu. Kati teri kwekwasa bwavu bannange. Nze nange nsobola okukola ebizigo kati. Nange nsobola okukola oils kati. Ogendayo n'oyiga n'ofuna b'otunzaayo. Business itandika mpola mpola. Tojja kutandika na dduuka ddene. Otandika n'abantu abakwetodde abatono. N'ofuna obuvumu. You cannot be trusted with a lot when you can't handle $1. You can't handle 1 shilling. So tosobola trusting wa dduuka ddene nga tosobola nagenda kusoma we bakola sabbuuni wabula ogenda kukola dduuka. So bannange Professor by research ali ku Equatorial Mall abamwetaaga. Enamba ze kanzibasomere 0779 519652. Enamba emugikuba abavubuka basobola okubayamba okubalagira ne mugendawo twegobeko obwavu. Obwavu omumujjaawo musaaga njabba nyonyola obwavu one time n'abasomesa kusoma omwami yogera katabo akamu what the effects of poverty otegere nti olina okuzuuka okuli. Mulekeraawo saba basajja ssente mugende mukole. Mulekeraawo gamba basajja bwakwana next week ogamba mpaayo ez'enviiri tolina ssente mu nsawo. And then even love becomes a project of getting money. It is not even emotional. You don't even enjoy it because you're looking at what they're going to give you. So the Mugamba love telling you can enjoy love when you can afford something. So products are fair. This is Turkish purely. That's why it's very, very unique. You can't find this suit anywhere. It's a very beautiful suit. Okay, so tulina engoye, handbags, perfumes, watches, ladies bags, anything which makes a lady beautiful. Most importantly, twagala omukyala be confident, kubanga without confidence you cannot achieve anything in your life. Ladies guide books, tukyali mukalango natera okumaliriza bwe butabo nabawandiikira kano tugenda kakolamu nako edition bali mujjukula kati tuba improving. Emotional happiness has sold out, so twagala kakolamu improvement. Abanaddako okusoma kano akanaddako ate basange kakwocha bwokya. So ladies guide to fulfilling relationships, ladies guide to emotional happiness, and the ladies guide journal. Those are some of the books that can elevate your life. Eziza okukyusa enkoza yo eri omukwano otegere nti omukwano si mulimu tuwumulira bw'omuwizi. So mubusanga obutabo buno Aristo, Kampala Road, Garden City and Acacia Mall. Uganda Bookshop, all major bookshops in your districts. Boboli, Masaka, Mbarara, Lira, Mbale, Gulu, Gunonya Bookshop eri major. The book must be there. Bali in diaspora, we have an ambassador in UAE, an ambassador in the UK, and the ambassador in the US. Wombuzabuza ku simu yange ninkulagira abantu abo bakajja kutuusaako directly. Ultimate Singles Program, ekyagenda maaso, we have developed you a very beautiful application. Mujagiraba egenda okuba nti buli omu aleme kufikira nabagamba nkwata mpola naye ntuuka genda. So Ultimate Singles Program ekyagenda maaso tugikoze mpola mpola because it's a generational kind of thing. You can't rush it and we don't want to lose ends. We don't want holes in anything. So anything which has to pass the test of time must be made with a very strong foundation. Okay, so tujuwadde foundation entuufu twegenda okuyimirira with and without me. Okay, so Singles Network is a network where all singles are going to be omwami n'omukyala irrespective of Mariam tagenda bibira mukulu. Mbawadde information, mbawadde okumanya, mbawadde okutegeera, mbawadde social intelligence for you to make a judgment call. Ugamba nti katonda nimba tanimba, ono munazi si munazi, ono Mr. Appearing Acts, byonna mbibasomeseza banna. So I don't need to even spoon feed you anymore. Okay, so anyone who has been on the channel, anyone who has been on my page, anyone who has been watching my shows on NTV, muyize mutegedde. I am so grateful that abakyala bakoma bangamba Maria muntegedde. They are ready for relationships now, and they're even ready to take it slow. Let me not even take it so fast, which means bakuze, that anything which is rushed usually doesn't make any meaning. Things which are going to pass the test of time, take it slowly. Just like how a flower comes out to become a very beautiful thing, it takes a good amount of time. So Ultimate Singles Program, again, it's an anchor for all the singles world over. Obulango bw'obungi sijja bumalayo. Tutuukire ku nsonga. Previously, to anxiety. Ntandise. Mwite ku bannammwe abanaatusanga bajja kumanya tukuuma obudde. Anxiety, to defining guys, that a sense of feeling unease, as if something is wrong but you cannot point a finger at it, as if there's something that is going on but you don't know exactly what it is. In other words, anxiety is overthinking things. Most of the time when we are in relationships, people overthink. The mind is a computer. Garbage in, garbage out. And the same machine which helps you to keep information, process it, is the same thing that makes you overthink, to retrieve even the past to the present. The mind is not an instrument of the future. The mind is not an instrument of the present. It is always in the past because it has memory. The biggest foundation of the mind is memory. Obwongo bwakolebwa kutereka byamabega. Okay? So bw'otabwa bya maaso n'obuteeka kati n'obugamba beera wano wuliriza, we are in the now. It can ride you back in 1962 n'ekusikirayo Uganda's independence. Esobola okuzzaayo mu 1903 n'ekujukiza World War I. Esobola okuzzaayo mu 1992 n'ekujjukiza. So it is our responsibility to control the mind if you want to enjoy fulfilling emotional lives. Mind must be in the now, not in the future, not in the past. In the now. So and that's why many relationships suffer. Relationship success. Where somebody, even when they're having a good marriage, they're having a lot of questions. Even when somebody is being loved, they still don't, they doubt their loved ones. But do you really love me? The mind is bringing the past trauma into the present. So many of you are dealing with people who have past trauma, past unresolved issues, past childhood, in the present. And then you wonder why they can't enjoy love. Going for 1998 to 2023. That is the mind. So we are the ones to make the mind responsible to the present. Anxiety is a sign that you're not in the now. Anxiety, you are either in the future or the past, but not the now. You don't never kukiriza. So we looked at anxiety. If you missed, please visit the channel, type Mariam Nabuja anxiety. The video will be shown. Anxiety is a sign of worry, fear, all those negative things onto your body at the same time. Why are we stressing anxiety? Because it is the origin of unproductivity. It's the origin of a stressful moment. It's the origin of many breakups, even in marriages. It's the origin of ungratefulness. Because anxiety is a negative state of mind, it is very important for one to know how to deal with it. And that's the reason for today's show. Please sit and watch to the end if you want to learn how to deal with the anxiety-related issues pertaining to relationships. Relationship anxiety. Even when you have everything, something is lacking. So we had generalized anxiety. That's when even someone doesn't know what's wrong with them. Even when you meet a counselor now, what is wrong with you? Honestly, I don't know. Now what are we dealing with exactly? You don't even know where the problem is. It is the responsibility of every human being to always track your problems. Yes. Track your problems always. Togeza kubeera n'ebizibu bino bipiling in one container. What is this tochimanyi? It's either a job, it's either your children, it's either fees, it's either an unloving man, or it's either I don't have, or it's either I am looking for money. But you must deal with your problems every day. Where I am now, God forbid, I am here now, full. I don't have anything yesterday. I don't have anything in the future. I am here now. Can you say I'm not happy? So when we talk about anxiety, your confusion. And when the mind goes into confusion, it gets headache. There is a part of the brain, when it senses confusion and clarity, it goes blank. Digestion stops. You get constipation. All that is an effect of anxiety. So we looked at the symptoms: nervousness, irritability, extreme hunger, passive aggression. You even become a passive aggressor to your partner because you're confused. A person with a clear mind, even when something is in front of them and it's good, they will see. A person with a mind which is full of anxiety, they can't even see opportunities because the mind is busy digesting, processing information which is not useful to the present moment. You lack concentration. Every time you feel as if there's something bad coming, but you don't know it. It's as if the lion is coming anytime. But you are very pessimistic. Pessimistic, a person who ganebo muwa donut, talaba nyama ya donut talaba chituli. agamba lwaki wandi waliwo ennyama. Everything is negative if you've dealt with a pessimistic person. Ne bw'oba omuwa kintu nga idea alaba kizibu kirimu, ne bw'oba omuwa possibility agamba tekigenda kisoboka kubanga there's always something. That is what anxiety does. So it is very important for us to confront anxiety at the beginning of the year, so that when you move through the year to the end, you always remind yourself that anxiety is a bad state of mind and you keep away from it. Anything that comes to threaten your feelings pertaining development, anxiety, no, we are in the now. In fact, that's why I'm against go back to exes. When you leave a relationship, leave. Never look in the past. The past has nothing good. When you go back, you've repeated the same scenario in the same thing. The difference is there. So there's nothing good in the past. So if you go back in the past, you're going back to the vomits. Going back to the past can cause a lot of anxiety because then it even brings confusion. People never change. I'm reading a book called The Daily Laws. The writer says people never change. No one should ever come and they say, I've changed. No, they don't change. It is the times that have changed. But one time they'll be the same the other time. And that's the effect of the ex. Give us a message. Going back to an ex. They never change. It's always the same. So let's leave the mind to function the way God created it, to be in the now, not in the past. Difficult, but very easy to practice if you learn how to do it. So we looked at all that, and please visit the session, like the video, share it with friends, and subscribe in case you're not yet my subscriber. Because when you subscribe, you get more of these useful videos in the future to come. However, today, how to overcome relationship anxiety. This is for everybody. Relationship anxiety, single, searching, divorced, separated, tired. Everybody has relationship anxiety, even in friendships, even in workplaces, even in colleagues, even in marriage, no matter how long you've been married. Even when people have been married for 20 years, people still have anxiety over others. After all of those 20 years, someone cannot even trust that, oh no, you will know. They stay with that inside them, as if, oh yeah, again. I even asked my mother, if you've been married with this person for the last 30, 80, 40 years, can't you believe that this person will never go anywhere else? And she's also still having anxiety. So anxiety is for everybody. Learning how to manage relationship anxiety will give you peace of mind, will give your partner peace of mind, will give all your friendships peace of mind, because you'll understand one thing, that anxiety is simply a state of mind where you're not living in the present, you're not being happy within self, and you're looking for happiness outside of yourself. As simple as that. And then you're overthinking. So relationship anxiety involves extreme worry, extreme fear about certain aspects of the relationship. Nogamba tagende. Niwaba mutufunuka nti agenda kundekawo nga n'abazze bandekawo. Niwabazze nga ddala naye akasede agenda kukwasa. Nembaga ne weba yankya. Oli agamba naye ddala omwami anajja. Will he come? We always don't trust. So anxiety is also a sign of not trusting. It is a natural kind of occurrence. Nobody is wrong about it. We just need to control, overcome, and manage it. Because when you don't manage it, it can make you lose opportunities, lose, good things, lose productivity, and even mind to engage it in things which are not even important. The mind has to be worried. The mind has to be creative most of the time. So then, relationship anxiety is for everybody, even those who are married. When you see people putting photos on social media to prove to others, it is a sign of anxiety. Anxiety, because if you love each other, do you need to prove to others that you're happy? Really? We have a lot of experiences which you can't even put on social media, which are very But it doesn't mean you have to throw it to by the social media and not even your friends. Okay? Social media, those are just acquaintances. Because a person who is a true friend must know where you live, must know who you are, must know your etc and every nitty-gritty of your life. As long as you don't know my nitty-gritty, you're not my friend. We are just social media, acquaintances. Not even the way they even call these friends. Because they don't know you. Okay? So many people are on social media throwing up, experiences. They are throwing up achievements. But I'm telling you the truth, if someone is really enjoying something, they don't need to display or advertise. That is the nature of those who have it all. There's a time when I went, we had a conference in Commonwealth, and one of the great people in this country came. She was putting on flat shoes. I won't mention her name. Flat shoes, and like for the school, that school, like for scholars, as in no kakondo, nothing. And all of us who had come were and the person who was the host of the event was in a flat shoe. It left my mind thinking, no Brazilian hair, flat shoes, and she has it all. Then I'm thinking, why is it at others putting out all this when this person is so simple? So I've discovered that the simplest of life is the origin of everything. People who are living simple are the ones who have it. People who are is a question mark. So this person left us thinking everyone was way too much, and she was so simple. She was so simple, and she's the point of the day. So then we are going to look at that part where you don't even need to compare your relationship to other people. That was said. Let's take a quick look at how do people feel when they're in relationship anxiety? How does it feel like? Relationship anxiety. One, they always suspect or think the relationship will not work out. Atandika okufumiitiriza obuntuntu kirabika naye agenda kudduka alabika tebikikola ne bw'ogamba abantu nti banne bano bagenda fumba it will end in tears. People never believe that others can love. It will end in tears is the conclusion. Anxiety. Trust issues. Someone never trusts another. You have to you have to confirm, reaffirm that you really love them. That is relationship anxiety. People have past relationship traumas and life. Yakulira maybe stepmother, maybe stepfather abused her, now relationship. They went through narcissistic personalities, they got married to a narcissist, they were in love with a narcissist, then you come when you're clean and they never trust you because of their past. Everything you see and how people behave in the present is a prediction of where they came from. That's why your past is very important. And finding out somebody's past is very important for the present. History is very important for the current affairs. So, how many people have you dated? My ex was a narcissist. You're dealing with a narcissistic dropout. It may not be the same. Always listen to that past. The past has the answers. Past is where there is future. Okay, mabega what? But ask, find out. Always about past stuff. There's a predicting. Most of the time, I say people don't change. They don't change. It just fixed for some time, and the real person comes back. Unresolved past issues, fear that one day somebody is going to break off. Even when you tell them, I love you now, right now, they say, especially the women. As the man is trying to do all these things to make you believe you love them. That kind of thing what we're talking about. It's called relationship anxiety. So it has a lot of insecurities you experience in your current relationship. insecure. Even when you're beautiful, when you're intelligent, when you have it all, tick, 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 everything is checked. You don't still trust that this person is going to stay. That belief, a relationship anxiety. So then, let's take a quick dive into understanding where does it even come from? Where does it come? What, can someone control their mind and don't think? No. Okay? Because a mind, is an instrument of memory, retrieving data of the past to bring it in the present. Okay? The mind has the ability to even scare you, to bring thoughts, to bring images, to imagine things which can never even happen. Most of the relationships end because of the imaginations you've had. Instead of thinking about your partner as a perfect being who is going to love you, I'm throwing a signal in your mind, you instead think into agenda one time. Alimba, I never then you send that signal into her or his mind and it will manifest. That's the power of the mind. You think, garbage in, garbage out. What you think is what you get out of it. So it is somebody's responsibility to bring back your mind to belief that even when you're married or even you're in a relationship, you need to believe that this person, okay, give it a benefit of doubt until when there is evidence of transaction. But if you don't have evidence, let not anything ever come into your brain. Because there is a book I read, is by a lady called, Joyce Meyer, Battlefield of the Mind, where the evil and the good world are all struggling for your head. Can you believe you wake up in the morning, you slept very well, you had a very good night's sleep, but the moment you step your feet down on the floor, something takes over the mind, negativity. Either evil or good. I like that book. So it is our personal responsibility to wake up in the morning, to be in a relationship, and you choose a positive mental attitude. It is a choice. It will never come naturally. Because garbage in, garbage out, something comes in just like that. If you don't protect it, something gets in. Even when you're feeling anxious, I do it most of the time. In battlefield. As simple as that. Okay? There's another thing I've read recently, now from another book now, by a guy called, is it Ruko Okawa? He was talking about negative influences, how to overcome negative influences or negative spiritual powers. Africa. You can use the mind to fight witchcraft. Just the mind. The guy told us. I was in shock. What he said I knew already, but I had never seen somebody who had documented it. You can use your mind to fight the evil spiritual forces and take off. As simple as that. But use your head. Because even the spiritual world is negative. Family disorganizing a space in the brain that is accommodative to the negative influence. You must even feel it. You must be very sensitive when it has come. It's a very interesting book. So let's dive right into the 5 ways. The 5 simple ways. They're simple to overcome relationship anxiety. Mbayambe munyumirwa abagana. Oli aleme kudanga ali ku date agamba nkwagala mugambe ndolimba. Bitandika kuba byakwagala. Naye nkwagala mukazi gwe atunimba. Sharp sajjanga mweyogeza mu Ketubamanyumwe. Uyangaga azimazi nakuwa negativity. The moment a mouth opens like this and it begins negativity, I shut it down. Because the power of negative is so strong that you need 7 positives to remove 1 negative. Katoli wagamba tekisoboka dduka. Bw'oba omusalingira concept n'agamba naye kwona abisobola ngukalawo kitabuka bakagende. Don't waste your time. Because you will have 7 positives to remove that word from your brain. Or even to read a full book. To reprogram your mind to consciousness of the now. Kitegeeza nti oli waleeta negativity sikabusirisi. Bw'omugamba nti nkwagala gamba olimba ngukulaba oti. Obadde kyakwana okwata mugamba musika musoko. Don't waste your time with negative people. They will bring that negativity to you. They spoil your self-esteem. They make you doubt yourself. They make you doubt what you've read, what you know, and then you believe them because negative is more stronger than the positive. I don't even stand it, even a minute. Everything is possible. So you are going to begin you just take the document and move in. We are going to do this. People, when I was starting the argument singles, everyone told me why it's not good. I never wasted my time this time because I knew Ugandans. They don't believe. They don't believe and they don't want to bet. So I went ahead, I said, I won't tell anyone I'm doing this. And it pulled off. And yet anyone was thinking, people don't, they will not what. Everyone gave me, I was like, okay, even if it fails, what have I lost? Nothing. I'm still alive, I have the brain, I have, there's future, So let's go into the 5 steps, the 5 simple ways to overcome anxiety. Number 1, stop comparing yourself to other relationships. Stop comparisons. Mulekera okutunulia relationship yo omusajja wo omukyala wo n'omugeza kubamu neighbor kuwaba no bali mulimu. You are traveling different journeys and you have different destinations and you have different stopovers. Just because somebody is having a relationship where man is showering them with flowers every afternoon and you think yours doesn't love you because you've been in a relationship for 7 years and they've just met each other the last 2-3 years. They're just beginning, you're in a different development. They're at stage 1, you're in stage 3. They're at stage 3, you're in stage 5. So we need to understand that even relationships have stages and you stop comparisons. Especially in our country, I want to comparison. You're comparing yourself to Mariam. Listen to my history. Mariam has 4 courses approved. Mariam has read over 700 books, self-help. Mariam, everything of mine is different. Now, if you wake up in the morning to be me, you can't read all that. You can't. I was telling someone I'm a stenographer. That was my first course. I have 60 words per minute on computer. Now, if you want to write a book and you want to be me, I can type that in only 1 week and I've finished. You can never be that. So if you compare yourself to Mariam, then you're going wrong. So even in relationships, stop comparing your relationship with other people. If your husband has no money or has little money, the other has a lot of money, that is their destiny. Why do they have it and you don't have it? Why did God give it to them and they didn't give it to you? Ask God. But don't compare. So comparisons bring anxiety, where people now start comparing themselves to each other. I want to be like this one. I want my... Every problem you're having in your life is because of comparison. The book is called Peaks and Valleys by John Spencer. He said everybody who is in the valley means problems, valley means unhappy time, is because you are comparing yourself. If you want to go to the peak, stop comparisons. Which means when you stop comparing yourself to another person, you become an origin of self. My destiny is different. My calling is different. My end is different. I was born differently. I grew up in different environments. I had supportive pillars, which you never even had, perhaps. How can you compare yourself to another person's journey? So even in marriage, social media is a pressure cooker for comparison. Somebody takes a photo, linga, omwami akisinga omukyala ku lubuto lwe bwati, olimu baby, olina akapa, olaba bobe eyagala, gwe okisinga olubuto lwange bwoti n'olaba baby. Comparison. Their love language is different. Social media is a lie. Social media is a facade. What you see is not real. All this is makeup. I had to go to the salon. Yeah? This is here. Everything is tailor-made for the show. But I'm not like this after. I will change. So if you believe the picture you're seeing on social media and all that you're seeing, and then it depresses you to now question your relationship and your partner, happy, Bobali happy, they are lying. So that social media is a lie. Because everyone who puts something there, it is tailor-made to impress. They first put on makeup. Everything is thought through. Every picture is thought through. just like in Hollywood. Buli kyolaba kiba through. So if you want to stay in a happy relationship, please stop believing social media. Oli wa posting akantu nanga nti bali happy beyagala nnyo. Behind the scenes after there, people are not paying rent. People are not buying others, they're not paying school fees. It's a lie. Because my office has opened every angle of everyone's life. What people are seeing is not the truth. Okay? So where you happy relationship, social media, I don't believe in it. That's why I don't even post stuff. It is a lie. Most of the time, people are posting things for impression. And that's what you're getting. So then, stop comparing yourself to other relationships. Then, the anxiety is going to disappear. Kwina omanyi nti yadde oyinza okuba tolina bingi nnyo byakugenda naye olina ekyo buli gwomu Katonda yamuwa ekintu kiri special. God is so beautiful. Everyone has something special. There's something good you have that someone else needs. Even a poor person. Poor people can have stable families. A man, mother, but it can be hard for a rich man to keep a home and a family in one place. God is fair to everyone. So government will kusinga. Mulekera okwegumba. Banangiza segumba people. Don't ever think omuntu ayinza okunda ekintu n'emvubagana. For the books I've opened, the literature I've gotten into the brain, I've understood life and its meaning. And I've understood one thing: the simplicity of life is the beginning of life. Simple. That's why whoever knows me will find me flat shoes. I don't even put on high-heeled shoes. Rarely. Because I've known the value of my life is not in that. That's not where my value is. So stop going on social media to look out. Mukeda kwa mtu ina kuba. Mugano kuzuka nuka amfudenzi. Baba no beyagala. Kale fetu fikide. They're lying. And even if it is the truth, if something is truth, why do you need to post it? To prove to who? For what? Okay? Because the why is the why people do everything they do. Why? So stop going on social media to look for proof that your marriage is not happy, to look for proof that your relationship, your husband, your wife is not, the girls out there are beautiful. That is filter. They are filtered. But you need to filter. There is an app. Lipstick. Nekola kanyindo. Nekola buchi. Which is tailor-made for impression to get your attention. So then, stop comparison, stop anxiety. Number 2, if you want to stop relationship anxiety in your life, especially when you're starting a marriage, when you're starting a relationship, please communicate your needs. I've learned the hard way. Even when I'm employing somebody, I tell them off who I am, what we stand for, where we're going. Well, everything must be put on table. In the first days, you're with me, such that when your relationship goes berserk in the middle of the process, I told you. So I don't disagree. We separate peace. So learn to communicate your needs at the beginning of the relationship. Don't wait for people to think for you. No one is an angel. If you don't tell me what you want, I can't know what you want. Even when you're in anything like delegation, so when it comes to relationships, even you communicate your fears to your partners. Everybody has fears. In a relationship, someone may be fearing communicate your fears at the beginning of the relationship. Somebody who moves at night, I can't stand it. Because I sleep earlier. I want someone when neighbor say, most of the time we compromise on many things to make the relationship work. But if you do not communicate your needs, your worries and your fears, I don't know. This reminds me when I just When actually, I'm a friend to males from when I was a child. When I was at home, that's when I go back balinzi. It used to disturb my father so much. Good evening, Daddy. We want to talk to Maria. So my dad said, "What is wrong with this?" So I used to connect with boys and it has been like that till date. So when somebody comes into my life and then we are moving in a certain place, a guy comes and hugs me. When I come, Maria, where have you been? So I have a problem. Males are my friends. But there's nothing. They just like me. I don't know why. So it offended. And I didn't understand it after when many years, remember, wow, to have male friends. Even who comes is male, there are no females. Everyone is a male. Then this person says, "Who am I?" In fact, one time I had a motor accident along, I think, Nakawa, around that Nakawa roundabout, and then they had to take my car on the side of Shell. All the people came like rescuers, were all men. So now this person stands beside and says, "Now, Maria, who are those people? They were all your friends, and they were my friends, really. What can we do?" They were all men. So I really never understood why it's like that, but maybe it is in my genetic makeup that they were my friends and they are my friends. Up to now, I just control it. But then I never knew how bad that was to the practitioner. So then, if you communicate to your loved one, Nomgamba, I have female friends. I don't like them, but the truth is they're all my friends. In fact, I need to introduce some of you. Put it on the table. Otherwise, someone can find another person with many friends who are the opposite sex and it becomes an issue for the marriage. Okay? So then, communicate your needs, communicate your fears in the morning of the relationship. That when you go deeper, somebody knows this is a male, friendly personality. Okay, then you muchiteseko agamene controlling. And I was controlling. Well, male waba younger friend catching controlling. I don't want to go deeper. Because when I get it is friendship forever. So you just control that. Number 3. Yourself. Learn to distract yourself. How? Most of the time when you're in love, when you're married, we spend most of the time thinking about our loved ones. When you overthink about a partner, you create negative thoughts about them. The number you've called is kindly switched off. We overthink. The moment you tell the mind why, mind why. Watch that feeling of confusion from your brain. Stop. Why project? Why am I doing this? But the moment you say, why am I being married? Why? So even when we are in a relationship, we tend to overthink. We need distractions to make the mind go off. You call, then somebody loses interest. I told you the law of love. The law of nature is that which you are desperate for runs away from you. That's the law of nature. Nature likes scarcity. The more scarce something is, the more the value goes up. The more available it is, the more the demand goes down. So learn to distract yourself. Instead of calling people over and over and over and over, sending messages, no social media, no munonya, aja kweta magambe yona nezigirwa ya nezwe. Taina bana balala. Ngaduka. Use distractions. Go for movies. Go for a lunch date with friends. Take up a sport. Take up a class. In our classes. Class names. Let me go and learn public speaking. By muja tuko baita wano, rights yefana kukwata mzindaalo. Bagamba jango yogera ku ekigambo ku the late. Okaba amaziga nga abantu okutunde bwe bati. Oli ku muzindaalo what? Okankane. Public speaking. Yeah? Get a microphone and face people, you understand? The audience swallows you up. You see a lion, you start sweating, the voice loses, and then I'm going to the hand starts shaking. No one comes and go grab what? Public speaking. Public speaking is success. You see, I'm training. Because by the time you learn, me whether it is an audience of 3,000 people, 4,000, they can never swallow. You must build that power where you swallow the audience, and the audience never swallows you. The audience has swallowed you. Find things to distract you, and all this must be leading your life to development. Go for yoga classes. Go to the gym. Walk. There's a book I'm reading, it's called Rest. The guy said walking relieves. I always walk. As you're walking, the mind is walking, and the mind is refreshing, and the mind is getting the present. And the time you reach the destination, you've got the answer to your problem. When you feel that you have a lot of problems, try walking. That's what the book said in Rest. Well, I knew it, but this person, very great men in history, who is walking as a therapy to problem solving. Whatever games we put in the book, omusajja akufukidde ebizibu bintu kwate ezitambula tambula olugendo luwanvu ng'otambula tolowooza either oteka music mu bantu just walk nga bw'otunulira ebimuli bw'otunulira ebizimbe bw'olaba abantu. Yes, it relieves your mind of stress. So then distract yourself always. Learn to distract yourself from the relationship. Ntimuna okumotoka kunga yaya akulakingamu so simu kubira masimu emirundi 10. Hello, oliwa badde nkwagala. Hello, esimu kata eri kuno kubira kwano byala. Kundi wali awo ati tunaba mulabako. Ali wakati akwekwa sister. You're being idle. The brain is not productive. So distract your mind through all these, and the relationship will be longer. Number 4. This is simple, and I always teach it. Write your thoughts down. Write a journal. Like last week I told you, never ever allow yourself to go the next day without writing about the day you're in today. Back at Chinchowandikako, ebikutawanyiza, schedule time, otandika the pen. Writing, the brain and the pen have a connection. Nabagamba. When the brain brings something on ink, it gets out of the brain. Get out. Computer game. In fact, this is printing. Printing is when the brain uses the hand. So when you have a lot of problems, when you're going through generalized anxiety disorder, where you have many problems but you don't know what is your problem, oba bana, oba musajja, oba kufumbo, oba biki, oba disappointed, kwata kalamu n'olupapula, gamba dear Mariam, why are you feeling something is not right? Are you right or wrong? Is it? As you're writing like this, the mind brings the answer. So write a journal. If you're having a relationship, you're having a marriage, go there, takumatiza nga bw'oyagala obanga owulira si y'oyo gwe walonda. Write down your experiences with this person. Most of the time you realize that you're even wrong. The brain will bring out all the garbage in the brain and put it on paper. So the mind is free to digest new information to come in. So writing journal is magic to me. Every married person must have a journal. Everybody in love can go kuandika. Even if a balua tokenda jimu wa kunyiza wandike balua. That's why nabakolia ladies guide journal. Ngamba is that there is no other therapy in life to make your mind healthy, to make your mind present, to make your mind in the now than writing your thoughts down. You go to sleep, you sleep well. Imagine you're not thinking throughout the night. Wowe no muntu akutawanya bwati. Passive aggressor. Abalitala avungeringa hiti. I'm happy for you. Akula bidala. Halingo wachisa halingo wetima. They are friendly but not friendly. Get a journal. Write them down. Gambo, I am thinking something is not right about Maria. What do you? I think something. The mind will bring out everything, and then you remember. Oh, it's right or wrong. So you can never play around with your mind. The mind is the most powerful spiritual instrument. Actually, it's a spiritual instrument. But this is spirit already. So write your thoughts down. Write your relationship down. Write your problems down. Togezanga genda kwebaka mu buliri ngulowooza. Asobola banga ofumitiza kwate kalamu nekupula. Sooka owandiike genda webake. Ogambe mpulira ekintu wanya. Oyinza ogenda mu buliri amaaso gakalambala. Mind egamba waliwo ekizibu. Kiri muno naye sikimanyi bwe kiri. Kati gwe kwata pen, tandika okuwandiika, and then you track the source of the problem. When you track it, then you even know what to pray about or how to solve it. Most of the time, I make my decisions at 4 o'clock in the night. When I wake up and I get a pen and paper, and I write about something, and I say, what is this? Something is not right. Can I know? I can track a source of the problem. Because the mind is very clear. There are no phone calls. There are no WhatsApp messages. There's no ambiguity. There are no meetings. There's no eating. It is purely looking for the answer. So then, if you want to deal with anxiety, state of unease, instead of thinking too much, learn to write journals. Learn to write your thoughts down. Ekigambo journal kitegeeza a journey for life. Togenda mbulira tuwandiise. Tobeeranga kye kikutawanya ng'oli mu office ogamba oba kiki. Owulira gamba excuse me, oddeko wabali ogambe, but I'm feeling it. The mind will come back to clarity. And you know the result? You'll be very happy most of the time. You'll feel fresh. Skin tebeera mumbalale. Obeera wenna onyirira. Amaka banyeni okazinganyirira nnyo. Obwongo tebulinamu garbage. I don't have rubbish in my head. If you hurt me last year, I've already forgotten you. Long ago. Because I dumped you in the journey. And there you stay. Every time you're beginning a new relationship, write about it. Every time you're ending a relationship, write about it. But never leave anything in openness, in ambiguity, because the mind hates confusion. A mind does not like confusion. It likes clarity. And the only way you can get clarity is when you put out the garbage in the brain on paper. Number 5. Very important indeed. Maintaining your identity. Anxiety in relationships or relationship anxiety comes because of us have lost identity. I look at many people and I pray for them. Many people lose identity in others, in love. I'm very careful. The origin of you, the origin of your soul, when you came from the spiritual world to earth, you came as an original and you had a purpose. And this purpose can never be another person's purpose. Not even your mother. So identifying self, knowing the real you, who you are, your values and what you stand for, is the beginning of clarity of the mind. Even the body can sense confusion when you're misaligned. So when we come into relationships with others, we tend to get lost in them, which is okay, and they get lost in us, and that is love. However, as years move, we grow in different ways. There is no possibility of a couple growing together at the same rate. Never. People grow at different rates because each one of us has a different destiny. It is the core values within you that will make you keep the identity in the relationship. Ekyo ekikuli munda ekyo ekikulifayininga bw'okikuuma kyojja okuba nakyo till the day you leave planet Earth. And even when the relationship doesn't work out, or even if it ends, and most of the time, you stay nga tobuze. That's why many people get devastated with divorce. Why? Because it has left you when you've lost your identity. The real you got lost some many years back, and then this person is also leaving you. So we do a lot of compromises to fit relationships. We compromise our values, we compromise our dreams, we compromise who we are. Many people even pretend who they're not. Niwaba yogera bwati yaga kwegeza nga yekola ow'empisa tasobola kugenda nganza baga Mariam abakozi y'abasajja. She has a strong voice. Now I need to fix my voice just to fit. I can't pretend. I can't. If someone doesn't love me the way I am, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because if you pretend what you're not, one day the mask will fall off and even the relationship will happen. And then you lose both. So then, because you're on earth for a purpose, and it is unique to you alone, you, it is better for someone to come, two people become one, yes, but each one of them must have that special thing in them. If someone loves sports, please do sports. Don't pretend. Never ever compromise yourself to take away the in you for another person. Because sooner or later, you'll become a clone, you'll feel lost, you'll feel fake, you'll feel something is wrong, you feel you don't belong. Then you try to climb on them. Then as many years as after 30 years from now, what is important now is not even important in the relationship. The person who I was 10 years ago is not me. This is another person. I've grown. In hobbies, everything has changed. So if I change and I expect my person to think that I'm the same person of the past, it may not be possible. So then, maintain your identity. Grow together, but don't lose who you are. Because that is what is going to find you at the end of life. Even when a relationship doesn't work out, you've not lost everything. But if you lose both, then you'll be in the jungle of life again, lost longer. Because getting it back again is also another process. That's why we protect our identity. That's the most important thing. Never come to change you, to change who you are, what you stand for, in the interest of a relationship, because it has also a gestation period, just like anything in life. So I'm happy that I am an original within a relationship. Yes, and I don't regret. Whoever does not want to stand with you, who you are, they want to clone you. That's even narcissism. Because when they take off, they run with your soul. You know the one. That fakery. People are faking relationships. They are faking who they are. But one time, the mask is going to fall off. And somebody who was not a drunkard will drink. Somebody who... and somebody's like, really? I thought they were like this. I thought they were born again. I thought this man was religious. He wasn't. They faked. So be you. Be you. Maintaining your identity is the foundation of a long-lasting relationship, because then somebody knows who I am. They know what I'm capable of doing. They know what I can do. They know I'm real or not. And do I have to worry? of being someone else to someone else to here, you know, be free and maintain your identity. Then anxiety is nowhere to be seen. So those are the 5 simple ways on how to deal with anxiety in relationships or relationship anxiety. If you want to deal with it, please practice those 5 ways, and I'm sure very well that they are going to help you to overcome that feeling, that sense of loss, that someone is going to dump you, someone to leave you, somebody is going to break off the relationship. Do they love me or they don't love me? With this marriage end, or we're going to go on? That thinking, or you post pictures and so to prove to others that you love each other, then for people to think that it will end. It will end because you are you. Yes, if somebody loves you, I told you, my ladies, they love. Love is a spirit. They don't care whether you're putting on rugs or you don't have hair on the head. The spirit that falls in love with the spirit. Don't look at these other things. As simple as that. So, in summary, that is what I had for you in the different ways you can deal with anxiety. And again, a reminder, 13th February, the pre-Valentine's. We usually have something. What do we have for you this Valentine's? Nga 13 tujja kukolwa Monday ku ssaawa 11. The Ladies Guide Conversion 2023 ebategekedde love, health and money this Valentine's. Tugenda batereeza ebirowoozo. Oba oyina omuntu, oba tolina, oba muli babiri, oba muli bafumbo, oba muli baagalana, oba okyanoonya, twabagase mwena wamu mu kifo kimu. Love, Health and Money is a conference, a conversion where you're going to learn a lot of things about life. To balance nze byonna. Obulamu buli important, health is very important, omukwano buli important, kubanga waliwo tuba towulina obanga ataliiwo, ate n'essente zi important kubanga biba teziriiwo, ate n'ebintu ebiyinza obutabitambuza. So balonzeeyo abantu tumanyi nti abakugu mu ebyo bajje bogereko eryamu. Twafunye professor by research, he is very passionate about health. Oyo ntambudde naye lwaki? Olw'ensonga nti namala okuzuula nti ayina okwagala ku kintu eky'obulamu. Takoma kukisomesa, akiproducinga, akirima, kyayimba era bambi ye muntu gwe mwetaaga okuwulira. Talina kyasomesa talina mugaso. If you listen to his teachings, you grow. So health ajja kujja tubuulire. Agattemu ne love awo, because everything moves with love. Tuyina mukyala wa Seroma, Sechide, Mukyala Sechide, Margaret Sechide of Seroma Schools and Seroma Hardware. She has been a very successful woman in life. She has the diamond, she has the marriage, she has the health, she has the wisdom, all on one person. Because of our operation, we have kids. Okay? So, Mukyala Sechide, Mrs. Margaret Sechide, agenda kujja about love and money. Kuruno ngenda nange tula mpulirize. Omuntu abeera tene bibiri. Because if you have one, you lose the other. Those who have money lose love. And those who have a lot of love don't have money. Yet to enjoy, you must have the two. So she's going to be teaching about love and money. Nange nja kubeera mbasomesa nga ngasa ate ebibisa kalungi okumu. But this time around, let us listen to the expert. Love, money, health, Valentine. 13 ku ssaawa 11. The tickets are already out. Early birds are getting 50% discount, which means the first 50 people tugenda bawa discount. Bagenda soka mu kisenge. Tugenda tabebirabo. We have a lot of companies which have come in to be partners with the event. It's going to be one of the events. The Prime Minister is going to be our guest of honor. Yagenda kubeesinga omukolo ogwo. So what oliyo simanyi ogenda kuba. Kubanga ngenda kuba launchinga. Enkera Valentine etuuke nga buli omu okakaamu. Okay? Tujja bawa ebimuli. Tuba tofunye tukuwadde nga 13. Obumuli mugula mujje tubawe ebimuli. So love, health and money this Valentine's at the Kampala Sheraton Hotel ku ssaawa 11 in the Renzori Ballroom. Tugenda kubeerayo okubaweereza nga tubayigiriza, tugenda celebratinga, tugenda wine ajja kubeerayo. We've got a wine company which has sponsored us. We shall really have a good time. Okay? By the day Valentine comes, perhaps you may get your Valentine's that day. Okay? Because we are purely in celebration. See you then on 13th Feb 2023, the Monday evening. Once again, Mariam Nabuja, I'm the Ladies Guide. Guide. If you find content in this session, please like, give me a thumbs up, share the video with your friends and family because sharing is caring, as well as subscribe in case you're a new student on the Ladies Guide. All of you here are Ladies Guide students. You're called LGs. See you again next week with one of our wonderful topics. Should we talk about breadcrumbing? Tugenda mu Valentine. Tugenda about breadcrumbing. What are breadcrumbs in love? Huh? Some people do that to you. Eh? They feed you on breadcrumbs, but they never give you real love. So we're going to see what is fake love, what is real love. Who are the breadcrumbers? But you'll never get the real meal of love. And how to deal with them. Yes, we looked at booty calls, but these ones are different now. Breadcrumbing in love relationships, especially in the dating season. How do you spot them? What do you do about them? How do you treat breadcrumbing in love relationship? Somebody giving you Let's look at that next week. Breadcrumbing in relationships. Thank you so much and see you again next time. Bye-bye.